after getting out of the service, I went in from 67 to 69 during the Vietnam era. After that, I wanted to create a business for myself to be able to better my children and my family. So in 1984, I worked hard, worked 6 months straight to open up a business. I didn't even go home. I mean, I devoted my life to that business. And all I could see was my family, bettering their lives and bettering my life. And after, all of a sudden, success came. And in 1988, my father had passed from a brain tumor. And it seemed like a lot of pressure came down on me, but I was making lots and lots of money. Just money, hand and fists came my way. Next thing I know, I had a friend that hung with a little bit. He worked at a Buick dealership, and we'd go out and shoot pool. He introduced me to cocaine, and I did. At 25 years old, first time, I got into it, and I started getting more and more into it. Next thing I know, I was strung out. My whole life seemed to go the opposite direction. There was nothing I could do. It seemed like when I was straight, my life went right. But when I got into that mode of drug world, everything I thought was right was going wrong. And everything went downhill. It was just, I thought, I can't handle this one more day. I'm going to buy an ounce of cocaine, and I'm going to chop it up, and I'm going to inhale it all the way across to, a great big platform, and I'm blow my heart up and die. I was tired of it. I was tired of life, the way it was, fighting everything that was coming. No matter how hard I'd fight, it was just coming down on me. So I remember getting the cocaine, and I was sitting in the one room that I had. Sunlight was coming in, and it was just me. It was on a Sunday, and I was sitting there, and I put a great big line across a 5-gallon can bucket. I mean, it was all big line. I think I even chopped it was an 8-ball, and I was going to snort the whole 8-ball, and I knew it was going to blow my heart up, because I just didn't want to live another day like this. Even though I was successful, I just couldn't live another day. And all of a sudden I chopped it up, and I picked it up, and the sunlight glistened across the crystal white cocaine. And all of a sudden the crystals turned into my children's faces. Every one of their faces lit up across that. And I said, without even thinking twice, I bloated off the can and on the floor. That was the last time I believe that God had done this for me, to open my eyes, because they were blinded. I couldn't see my children the way they needed to be seen. But by looking and seeing their eyes the way they were looking at me through that, it was like mere reflections of them. And I right then made a choice. I didn't go through rehab. I didn't go through anything, but it was through the love of God that had opened my eyes again. I bloated off on the floor, and that was the last I ever did cocaine or any drug. My life has been better. It's been successful. But we lose track. When we're on drugs, the drugs causes us to lose track of the real visual world. That's all it is. And a person has to get back to themselves the visual sight of what they were actually trying to accomplish. Drugs will blind you to that. That's what drugs are. They're poison. So through the help of God, you can dig a hole deep as you can and fall into it. But without the help of God, you're going to stay in that hole that you create. But God gave me a ladder. He gave me a vision. He gave my children. And that's how I quit. Cold turkey.